Your husband has a mistress. Why can't you have a kept man? I've sponsored a dozen handsome college guys. Pick whichever one you like. My billionaire mom flicked her cigarette ash, her expression ice cold. Mom, I stammered, you want me to cheat? She shook her head, her eyes sharp as glass. No, I'm teaching you to love yourself. This happened right after my CEO husband traded me in for his young secretary because he was repulsed by my C-section scars and the loose skin I got from birthing his 2 sons. He conveniently forgot those scars were the price I paid for his legacy. But my mother? She's about to show him something. If he can play the game, I can burn down the board. I found out my husband was cheating while dropping our kids off at school. The photos on my phone showed him kissing someone in his office passionately. My hands trembled on the steering wheel. My older son Leo said, "Mom, please hurry, I'm gonna be late." He was so much like Brandon, polite, reserved, and not particularly attached to me. I used to be so proud of that, thinking I'd raised an independent son, but now, looking at his calm brown eyes, I felt a strange fear. I asked him, "Leo, if your dad and I got divorced, who would you choose?" Leo gave me an indifferent glance but said nothing. When we pulled up to the school, he slowly got out. He looked at me and said, "Mom, you don't have a job and you've fallen out with grandma, so if you two separate, I'll choose dad." My younger son Charlie immediately echoed, "Me too, I want dad." I felt like I'd been plunged into an ice bath. After dropping Charlie off at kindergarten, I found an empty park before I dared to open the picture again. The message was from an unknown woman. She wrote, "Mrs. Miller, you're so kind. I didn't want you to be kept in the dark. Mr. Miller is going on a business trip in a couple days, and he even booked a king-size suite and ordered flowers." A king-sized suite. Flowers. These were things Brandon only did for me when we were madly in love. Now, he was giving them to another woman. After thinking it over, I finally called my mom's secretary. Half an hour later, Julia led me to my mom. I hadn't seen her in 5 years. She was even more beautiful and formidable than before. She rolled her eyes. "You're this old and still such a coward." My eyes welled up and my nose burned. "Yeah, I'm useless. That's why my life turned out like this." My mom didn't care. Continuing her taunts. "What else can you do besides act tough in front of me? You can't even keep a man in line." The more she spoke, the sadder I got, and the tears I'd held back all morning finally fell. "Yes, I'm useless. I'm a total failure, and I don't know what to do about my husband cheating. Just yell at me. I don't even want to live anymore." My mom glanced at Julia. "You, record this. This pathetic display is perfect for the internet." I instantly stopped crying, utterly incredulous. "Mom, how can you be like this?" My mom watched me for a moment, then walked over and sharply poked my forehead. How did I give birth to such a wimp? She was right. She was so powerful. After I was born, she found out my dad cheated, and she kicked him out without a second thought. She single-handedly turned a small electronics company into a publicly traded empire, shipping products to over a dozen countries. My mom, fierce as she was, had given birth to a wimp like me. Growing up, besides decent grades, I wasn't like her in any way. I was also a hopeless romantic, a total love-struck idiot. Even though I knew Brandon was hard to pin down, I was so smitten by his looks that I practically begged to marry him. My mom glared at me for a while, then sighed. "Your husband has a mistress. Why can't you have a kept man? I've sponsored a dozen handsome college guys. Pick whichever one you like." I couldn't believe it. "Mom, you want me to cheat?" My mom shook her head. "No, I'm teaching you to love yourself." I was a little dazed. My mom continued, "Relationships, male and female, are all about exchanging value. When you first got married, you were young, beautiful, and compliant, so he was willing to spoil you and put effort into you. But 5 years have passed, the novelty is gone, and you just stay home all day like some frumpy old housewife. To Brandon, you have no commercial value and no emotional value. Tell me, what else could he want from you?" I mumbled, but I gave him 2 children. Any normal woman can have kids, and you're not a breeding machine." My mom lit a cigarette, a faint, knowing smile playing on her lips. "Audrey, your grandparents raised you. I didn't have time. I know they filled your head with a lot of old-fashioned ideas. I'd never done anything so rebellious." For a moment, I was still stunned. My mom sat at her massive office desk, tapping her index finger against the surface. "Audrey, choose, be a princess or a nanny. Remember, you only get one chance. Miss it, and I won't help you again, and we won't see each other." She meant what she said. When I was hell-bent on marrying Brandon, she didn't answer